Welcome to Friday Refresh, brought to you by Liberté Ministries at TravisLovesHaiti.com. I once got invited to a party where a person being honored wanted no presents to be brought to them. They simply wanted us to be present. One of my favorite pastimes is bow fishing. I don't own a boat, and I really don't ever plan to. When people ask me why, the answer is simple. I enjoy bow fishing mostly because of the presence of my closest friends. Going by myself would not be nearly as enjoyable, not by a long shot, no pun intended. As a therapist, I've often felt frustrated that I don't have the right words or the correct therapeutic intervention. I've placed a lot of pressure on myself attempting to do things in just the right way. While I don't say that technique and words are unimportant, we certainly know that words can be healing and that they can be devastating to people. I think that we often miss the point when we focus too much on those things. What is it that all of us need the most? Well, it's presence. We need people to be connected to us. I heard a story of a woman I'll call Susan that had been in a building during one of the mass shootings in recent years. Susan was with her sister, a nurse, when the shooting occurred. In the scramble to evacuate, they stumbled across a woman who'd been shot. Her sister bandaged the woman's wounds and went to get help, and Susan was told to stay there and just watch the wound. In her shock, all that she could do was hold the woman's hand and help her call her mother on the telephone. Susan struggled with her incompetence for years because she didn't watch the bandage good enough for her sister, who returned to scold her that the dressing had fallen off the wound. Later, she had the opportunity to meet the lady whom she had held hands with, only to find out that that lady had very little issues psychologically from the trauma of the event. Why? The picture that the shooting victim kept seeing was of this kind stranger holding her hand during an unbelievably scary crisis. Her presence was a powerful game changer. For years, Susan wondered about whether this woman had died because of her incompetence with a bandage, only to learn that the woman had been shielded from much of the psychological trauma others were experiencing because of Susan's ability to connect with her on a deeply personal level. Unfortunately, tragedies happen all too often. They're painful, they leave us angry and frustrated and scared. And especially when those tragedies involve the lives of young people. Families, churches, individuals, and whole communities hurt and will continue to do so as they go through that long process. Those on the outside often wonder how to help. So here's a reminder. Your presence matters. Hold hands. Share hugs. Wipe tears. Get water. Run errands. Send up prayers. Show love. Simply just be present. I assure you, as one who's been there, your presence matters. And that is your Friday Refresh.